So you might be thinking, I've just created a website, people should be coming in 24/7 asking for my services because I've made this brand new modern design and people are going to see it no matter what just because of how good it looks. But think about that for a second. How are people going to see your website if there's no news about it anywhere? In my personal opinion, designing a website for a modern look, which is also necessary, but designing a modern website is only about 10% of what you need to do to get people to visit your website and actually engage with it so that it converts. And that is the whole aim of the website. Depending on what industry you're in, unless it's information, you still want people to engage on your website, have longer sessions, read as much as they can about it, and not get bored of the content. So design a website is good, but there's so many little things that you need to do to get people to actually visit your website. And that's what we're going to run through today. I'm going to give you 10 different ways you can drive traffic to your website. So let's get right into it. The first one is to actually optimize your websites for search engines. And I think everyone should be doing this. And this is SEO, of optimizing your website with keywords always implemented throughout it. Because think about it this way. Say you are a finance company. If you haven't got the words finance and tech and the location of your company in your website, how are people going to find it? Yes, you might have the title, but Google really looks at the amount of keywords within your page, within your content. So if you offer multiple services, how many times does your keyword enter in those searches? So making sure you do little things like that, really changing your content where you think, oh, this is amazing, people are going to read this, but you need to change it for the optimization to get the right keywords in the right areas so that it's visible just throughout all of your website. And now with SEO, there are multiple things you can do. So there's on-page SEO, off-page SEO, backlinking, all these different kind of things. But to start with, you want to optimize your on-page. So that means creating a header title, really putting the tags in the correct places. So is this the main heading? Is this the subheading? Is this header 3? And so on. Then you also want to add alt tags to your images. This really helps with describing what kind of images are on your page so that Google understands, showing data of a client on a laptop. It might be as simple as that, but it's just that little information that really helps Google understand the layout of your website and how the text next to it really aligns together with it. And then another key thing that you really want to remember is your meta tag description. And what that means is that little phrasing underneath the main headline of your Google search. So let's say I have TXS Digital, Web Design and SEO Specialist. Then there's a little description underneath that title on a Google search where you want to provide a bit more information about the company. And again, using those keywords. So do your research. Google Keyword Planner is also great for that. Just to type in, say you're in finance, what keywords do people search for when they look up finance? So you can really align and get the right audience. Point number 2 is posting on social media regularly. And I said this at the start. You might have created this brand new website which looks amazing, and it probably does. But how are people going to know about it if you don't share news about it? Posting on social media means you can post so many different things. For example, you're an e-commerce brand, right? If you post on social media about all your products and someone really likes it, that is how they're going to get onto your website. You don't need to spread news that, oh, we've created a brand new website, go check it out, because there's no point in people doing that unless they're interested in your service. You might be advertised, check out our new website. Okay, someone might look through it and might think, oh, great. You don't want to force people to do it. You want to get them to do it themselves. So advertising something on your social media, which is free by the way, not advertising, but posting on social media is free. So why not use it as a tool? You can post all these different things about your great company. The more people find out about you, the more they're going to be inclined to go on your website and actually see what you have to offer. Like I said, if you're a clothing brand, you can post on social media, we've got this brand new thing in stock, we're selling out on this item, this thing's on sale. People are going to see that, have the incentive to go on the website themselves, and then they'll be able to see, wow, this website's actually been updated the last time I went on it, which was a month ago. So you can do all these different posts and it just really helps drive traffic to your page. But that just depends on what you post. And again, not forcing people to go on your website, but giving them a reason to. Now, point number 3, and this again refers to SEO, but it's creating blogs and additional content for your website. Now you might think, what is the point in blogs if it doesn't have anything to do with my company? Well, it does, because it features the keywords that you want to publicize and reach that target audience. If you create blogs, you'll be able to constantly add in new features. We've got this new clothing line and we've got the specific keywords of the brands that we want to implement. If you add the brand names into your content, when you type in that brand name into your blog content, more people are going to be inclined to see it because that word comes up on your website and you sell that product. And with the content, it comes up more often. So it just makes perfect sense Someone types in Nike trainers. If you created a blog, a whole thing about Nike, imagine how many times that brand name is seen on that blog. Then you have the products as well. So that keyword pops up so much that when someone types it in, you could be one of the first people to pop up and therefore drive traffic to your website, get that conversion, which is what you're looking for. Now, point number 4, and I should have said this at the start, but make sure your website is mobile friendly. 56% of all web traffic are through mobile phones. So it's more than laptops, more than your tablets, more than anything else. So really make sure you optimize it. Make sure that you can navigate through your website without any hiccups. Make sure that all the buttons work, and mainly make sure your CTAs work. If they don't work, people are going to be frustrated. And think about how easy it is to click off one website to another. You've probably experienced it yourself. If something's not working in the first 3 seconds, you get frustrated and think, oh, I'll just go to another one who has the same product and probably the same exact service, just a different website, maybe a bit worse, but it's working. So really make sure your website is optimized, the texts are the right size, the images are loading well, all these minor details which you might think, who cares? No, everyone cares, because that could be that one sale that you need, which doesn't come through because your website isn't optimized properly. And this is to all future designers as well. Some people are starting to develop websites on mobile first, so they see how it goes and then develop it into the laptop version after. This just gives them a great chance to be, okay, the main focus is to be on mobile. So we're making sure that it's mobile responsive first, and then we can adapt it to the laptop version. Point number 5, and we're going back to SEO. And I think SEO is so important because we use it for our business. We provide it as a service for our clients, and we're specialists in it, and we really like to highlight the importance of it. Yes, it's a long-term strategy, but at the end of it, it stays. You can stop SEO and your website will still be able to perform at the top because of the amount of content that you put in this, let's say, 6-month span. So if you're not doing SEO, feel free to reach out or find anyone else who could do SEO for you. But again, it's like hiring any other contractor, freelancer, whatever. Do your research, know what you're looking for, see what they can offer, and obviously look at your competitors. That's all we're here to do. Look at other competitors, but like I said, we are SEO specialists, so if anyone needs any SEO help, we are here. Now, on to the next point, and we've just spoke about backlinking and getting external links referred back to your website, but this time you can do more links inside your website, and this will increase the engagement time of your website, keep people on there for longer, and eventually, the longer they spend, the more likely they are going to use your service, buy your product, whatever you do. We can go back to the point of where you're talking about Nike and their brand, and you're talking about a specific product, you have an image, you can have a link within your article to say, buy this shoe now, make it bright and bold, make it stand out. So if people have read about all this brand new shoe coming out, there's this unique feature that everyone needs to know about, everyone's going to buy it. If they have an option to buy it straight away, it makes it easy for them. You want to make their navigation as simple and easy as possible, because if they have to then look for that shoe, it becomes hassle. They get frustrated. Again, you don't want to frustrate your customers who are on your website. You want to make it so pain-free that they can buy the shoe in the next 2 seconds. So adding this link will take them to the product page, make them buy exactly what they're looking for because they won't have to search anymore. And that conversion is done in a split second because you've added links within your page. If you're not an e-commerce brand, you could be a web design agency like ourselves, TXS, where we can post an article and talk about strategy sessions or something to do with finding the right people. And our internal link can be call us now. Again, bright and bold, makes it super simple for someone to press on it, book it, and they didn't have any stress doing it. So these little links, again, might be a minor detail, but you're getting people to stay on your website longer where they're reading the information and actually end up booking a call with you or buying your service. It's as simple as that. Now, point number 7 is, again, to do with the performance of your website. I've mentioned this at the start of the video. If it takes longer than 3 seconds to load up your website, there's something wrong. People are going to be frustrated. I'm going to emphasize that on and on and on. So speeding up your website where you compress images, that is one option. I've made a video previously on this, on how to really improve the performance of your website, how to increase the speed. So go check that out. It's on my YouTube page. But in this scenario, you can use Google Search Console, go on the page speed insights, and it will tell you all the little things that you can do to speed up the milliseconds. And that's what we're talking about here, milliseconds of all the different images, the content. Maybe you have a video. How can you make that video smaller so it takes up less space on your page? All these different things, which are provided you for free, by the way, you can use to really improve the performance and get people not being frustrated. Again, make them have a stress-free experience on your website, and the longer they spend, the more likely they are to buy and use your service or product. Okay, so point number 8. All the previous points have been all the free options. Now here's a paid option. You can advertise on Meta, so Instagram and Facebook. You can really, again, highlight the things that you want to sell. I could highlight the web services that we want to offer, or you want to highlight a new product that's come in store. If you highlight that, there'll be more eyes on your product, more eyes on your brand, and more people coming to your website. In this scenario though, you need to be careful with who your target audience is. You don't want your eyes to be just pinpointed at any random person. If you have a brand, you know who you should be targeting. So if you have the right target audience and you're presenting your brand to the right people, more eyes will be on it, more traffic to your website, which is the whole objective. Now, point number 9 is quite a niche one and it might not suit everyone, but specifically for me, it does work. And what it is using LinkedIn. So we all know LinkedIn is a platform where people can brag about their work, brag about their promotions, but it's more than that. You can really find out industry news from LinkedIn, and depending on what industry you are, again, I'll emphasize this because it might not suit everyone. But for me, I can find out the latest trends in digital marketing, in web design, and I can use that. I can provide my input, and the more I'll be able to get myself aware and more people to have eyes on me, on my opinions, they'll look into who I am. And again, there'll be links of my company all around my page. I have optimized my LinkedIn to really emphasize TXS, web design agency. We're more of thinkers than just designers. I really try and emphasize my point on LinkedIn, where people have easy access into my website. They can remember the 3 letters so easily, TXS. So using LinkedIn can be very useful for you because you can make your brand really popular depending on your industry. And these people that are looking for industry news, those are the people that you want to target. Those are the people that actually want to learn more. They want to find out more. And you can have your website published on there and more traffic. Now the last point, and I'll keep it short and sweet, is guest posting. You can go on other people's pages, post, and eventually, over time, you can get referrals of all your posts that you've created, all the valuable content that you've provided. And again, there's emphasis on valuable content. You can't just willy-nilly put anything out there that expects people to come to your website. People want stuff and they want it for free. So if you can provide valuable information from your guest posting, over time, referrals will come from other sites onto you because of how much information, how much resources you provided them. So your main aim with this is to build relationships and not expect anything straight away. Because some people might want to work with you. You want to build a network and eventually, yes, you'll get your traffic. So all these strategies put together will help you build traffic over time, and it's not going to be an overnight success. This does take time. Like I said, SEO is recommended for a minimum of 6 months. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it. All of this website strategies are long-term strategies. So make sure you can squeeze out as much as possible so that there's more chance of people seeing your website, you get more engagement time, and overall get those conversions. So I hope this video helped you, and now you know how to drive traffic to your website instead of just creating a website and just hoping something good will happen. We all know there's more to that. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.